Welcome back, Totem Pole Nation. We are live here on a Thursday NFL schedule release Thursday. The Warriors bounce back big time to keep that series going, as well as the New York Knicks. So, great evening in sports last night. How you doing this morning, Coach?
Doing great. Didn't watch any sports. Should have. Been talking to all these coaches. Coach Bill Best, offensive line coach, Colorado State, sent me that message. He's out there on the west side, which they say is the best side. In LA, listening to Totem Pole Nation and the Championship Football Coaches Clinic. Talked to him on the phone last night. Gave me the phone number to Gary Croton, who's the head coach at BYU and offensive coordinator at LSU for Les Miles. We won the national championship.
Wow.
And hopefully we're getting Bill Best on Sunday to come on. But from what he's saying that the Championship Football Coaches Clinic on Totem Pole Nation is the number one football coaching podcast in America.
Wow.
How does that make you feel?
I mean, I got questions, Coach. I mean, how did he find you? How did he reach out to you? Was it, just through one of the podcasts? He looked down at the bottom and found you through through Twitter, or
he was the one that sent Coach McNally all the Colorado State gear. Ooh. So I looked up, found out who the O-line coach was at Colorado State. I seen he tweeted something at Coach McNally, and I sent him a message and thanked him for sending the stuff to Coach McNally. And I said, here's my phone number if you ever need anything. So then he said he was just looking at Coach McNally's tweets, and he sees that he keeps mentioning Troy Taylor in his tweets. So he thinks that I'm somebody that works for Jim McNally, like one of the the Cool Clinic guys, like right. A guy who helps run the Cool Clinic. And then he finds out that I have a podcast. So he said the first one he watched was Rick Trickett. Then he watched Al Groh. He said he's watched 4 yesterday. And he said it's the best podcast in America. He loves it.
That is super, super impressive. And, it's as easy as that to link up with us. It was cool. I was thinking the other day, man, how cool it would be, to get Coach David Alexander, the Eagle, a Buddy Ryan disciple, and get him talking a little football with, with Coach McNally, both of those guys being, Buddy Ryan disciples and playing under, one of the best of all times, man. I'm sure those guys have stories that we'll definitely have to keep the beeps available, because it's probably going to be some language in there that is pretty amazing stuff. But yeah, man, it's as easy as that, linking up, and it's super important. All the guests that you've been able to get, all the coaches that want to give back and get their stories out there and meet new coaches. That's how you get better with everything,
Yeah, so what Saint Pete Rejuvenate got going on? What's up with the madness? What's going on down there in the south side of Saint Pete?
Well, as you see, man, it's gorgeous out here. I'm seeing you guys a little chilly this morning in the 50s, but y'all are getting up to where we're at, like 82 degrees. So, yeah, we're having perfect weather here. St. Pete Rejuvenate, man, we got a huge weekend. Saturday, we're having quite a few people in, getting the weight loss shots, and it's amazing. Everybody's been losing weight in our group. I know we have one lady that has lost over 20 pounds, and it's just amazing. She's been doing it for longer than a month. So, it's not just in 1 month that she's done that, but, to lose over 20 pounds, I mean, that's phenomenal. Like, the bodies are just different. Guys can just not eat one day and lose 10 pounds. Women can starve themselves for a month and, gain a pound. You know what I mean? Our bodies are just built different. You know, what we put in our, what we put in our bodies has a big difference too. You know, you can't take these shots and stuff like that and thinks it's going to be a miracle and you can just go eat whatever you want. No, you got to exercise. You got to do the things you're supposed to do on top of doing the shots, and that's how it works out best and everything. So we got a big group coming in on Saturday for that. Also, we have a client that they did their first round of the ketamine infusions, and they'll be coming in for their second round. So what they did, and for their symptoms, they had to do 5 days, and then they have a 9 day gap in between or a 9 day break, and then they do 5 more treatments, and it should completely change them for a good, 6 to 9 months, maybe even longer is what we're hoping for. But yeah, we're gonna have that done. We also got a couple IV hydrations. We got some people that are going to weddings, and what they're gonna do is they're gonna get the IV hydration before the wedding. And that's kind of, I don't know, we've done quite a few, and that's kind of where I would recommend people. You want to get in there and get that taken care of before the big party, because there's nothing worse. If it's after the party, it's probably too late. You're probably not feeling well, and you're going to get stuck with a needle. You know what I mean? So, yeah, we got some people coming in early, and then they're doing their wedding thing. So, yeah, exciting stuff going on here in St. Petersburg, Coach.
Today's life lesson title: change what you can, manage what you can't. What does that mean to you?
Yeah, man. I actually saw St. Pete Rejuvenate send that out, and I do. I think that's a great life lesson. There's things that are going to happen that you're going to have no control over, but the only control you really have is how you adapt to it. You can make it the worst thing in the world, or you can make it a little speed bump in your life. So, and the things that you can control, those are the things that you should focus on and whatnot. So, yeah, I saw that and I was like, man, that's a great life lesson. I'm gonna see if I can't borrow it from them. Such a good corporation. They're doing such good, amazing things here in St. Petersburg, and yeah, it's a pretty positive thing, and that's what we're about, man. Spreading that love, spreading that positivity and whatnot, Coach.
Yeah,
But
so yesterday, go ahead.
I'm sorry. You had mentioned the madness. The last I heard, he is doing some soul searching up north. So I really don't know what that means. I've
Somebody
seen
told me
some.
he's up with Aaron Rodgers, and he's
Hey,
doing the ayahuasca. All right, and he's with the shaman. So maybe him and Aaron Rodgers are up there in New York, and they're doing some soul searching. I don't think Aaron Rodgers is as good of a quarterback after psychedelics. Would you agree or disagree?
I don't really. I don't know when he took them or what that
Before
whole
last
thing is.
season,
But
last off
last season. He wasn't the same quarterback as he was in previous seasons, I believe. Maybe that had something to do with it. Maybe him just not wanting to be there had something to do with it. You know what I mean? That's a tough question. Yeah, as far as the madness, man, he sent me some pictures of like a video of like him just being out at a waterfall and stuff like that. And then the next thing I know, he sends me a picture of him on top of a roof saying, this is what not to do. Don't stand so close to the edge. And I was just
sounds
like,
like Cocaine Bear. Sounds
oh
like he might
man.
be taping the sequel to Cocaine Bear.
Yeah, I hope not. But it's good to sometimes get to areas where you don't have so many distractions and stuff like that. Getting to a place where your cell phone doesn't work. That's why vacations are so good, cruises and stuff like that. And it focuses you, it makes you focus on just actually living what's going on right then, right now, not having to look at your phone or worry about this. Like that's the thing when you go on vacation and you have a lot of problems before vacation, don't worry. They will be there as soon as you get back. Am I right, Coach?
Yeah. One thing we all have in common are problems. And I did a deep dive into the law of attraction yesterday, The Secret, Oprah Winfrey. You know, Oprah is the GOAT, first female billionaire in our country's history. And in 1984, she started really getting obsessed with the book, A Color Purple. She's buying the book, A Color Purple. Psychedelics had nothing to do with it. It's the age. He thinks she's better. What is she? Is he beheading past couple of years just isn't as good as he was? A lot to do with his attitude. It has to do with his attitude. Attitude over everything. But the reason I took this deep dive into the law of attraction, The Secret, Oprah Winfrey, 1984, she was obsessed with the color purple, and she got a call, and they asked her to audition. She said, well, is this for the movie A Color Purple? You know, she loved the book. They said no. Well, she went and auditioned, and it was for The Color Purple, and she didn't get the part. So she went to a fat farm, which I don't even know if they still have. Maybe Saint Pete Rejuvenate can start a new fat farm, a place where people who are overweight used to go to lose weight. They don't let them eat what they want to eat. They make them work out. All right. And she was walking around a track at the fat farm. She thought she was fat. That's why she didn't get the part. And she got a call. And the lady said it's Steven Spielberg.
Wow.
And she said, I didn't even know Steven Spielberg. I didn't even know Quincy Jones. Quincy Jones, you know, he produced it, like the music and stuff. Oh, yeah. But Quincy Jones in 1984, the previous year, was watching TV in Chicago when he was there for a lawsuit. What you can change, what you can change, man, is what you can't. He was at the lawsuit over Thriller. Somebody had sued him. Supposedly, they stole someone's idea. Can you believe that? They stole someone's idea, and he saw Oprah Winfrey on the news, and he said, that is Sophia. That is the part that's going to play in the movie Color Purple. So she got the part for the Color Purple. It reminds me of this, the story of Chad Boswick that played the Black Panther. He, throughout his life, he would always be told, you're going to be the Black Panther. You're going to be the Black Panther. People would send him Black Panther stuff. Comic books. This was 20 years before he got the part, and he did it. But yesterday I was talking to that coach from UConn, and I was talking to him about Coach Groh's podcast and how that is the greatest podcast ever given about Bill Belichick, Bill Parcells, and Nick Saban. And then within 5 minutes, I got the text message from Los Angeles, California, of a dash cam on the podcast on Al Groh from the offensive line coach from Colorado State. Man.
That is awesome, Coach.
That is awesome,
that is awesome.
Coach.
And I looked up Coach Best's history, man, and he did a lot of work in that Texas area and just worked himself up and was in Nevada. So, man, that is pretty awesome stuff. And man, I totally agree. You know, to get somebody that was so close with Coach Saban, with Coach Belichick, I mean, it's like one of the next best things. You know what I mean? It's so awesome, so inspiring. You know, that is, and that's the thing, you know, it is true, man. The only thing you really have control of is your attitude and how you handle every single situation that you go through. You can sit there with your finger on the panic button, or you can live your best life and just keep on rolling with it. You know what I mean? There's going to be ups and downs on this roller coaster for sure. You know, you never get too up, you never get too down. Just keep living, man. Keep doing your best. Keep keep your eye on the little things, the small things, the little ones, the family. That's always going to be something that hopefully will be in your corner for most of your life. And it doesn't have to be blood family all the time. It can be your best friend. It can be
Nope.
Big Brother,
The
right?
big brother was Big's brother. Used
Yeah.
to be Dame and Big's brother. Who is my brother? Who is no ID friend, no ID my mentor. Now let the story begin. I love it. I wrote something down over here.
Uh-oh.
Thoughts, feelings, actions. Your thoughts. Your thoughts become your feelings. Feelings become your actions. Actions become your habits. Habits become your destiny. And that's what the law of attraction is. Your thoughts. You have to think it. You have to feel it. And you have to act upon it. Now, we have some master motivators in Totem Pole Nation. We have people like Coach Bald, who live the good life. It's the good life for free. I can't remember the rest of it, but I love that song. All right, here we go. Here we go. It's it. We got a lot of comments today, Coach. Life's a garden, brother. You just gotta keep digging.
Ooh, I like that. That's really
Chance.
good.
You know Chance, Coach?
No, but he's coming with it. I like it.
He's coming with us. He's coming with the totem pole.
Thank you, Chance. I love
What
that.
does the quote say? I was the low man on the totem, but now everybody's on the
Scrotum.
ha 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 Sunday fun day.
Yeah, man,
There
it's
you
not
go.
Sunday, but it is NFL schedule release. I'm excited about it. They've already mentioned a couple games. How about this? They got the Jacksonville Jaguars doing back-to-backs over in, I want to say, Germany or something like that. How crazy is that?
What are your goals in the next 5 to 10 years? Not to end up in prison, not
Yeah,
to end up on
or
the news. That's
or
always my goal.
that's it, man. No asylums, no not under a rock. Just making an influence. Having
Not
St.
living
Pete
under a
reju
bridge
having
again.
St. Pete rejuvenate. Yeah, dude, you hit that on the head, right? Not living on anybody else's couch again.
Not- yeah.
Not being back in VA,
What's the
although I love it.
Nas song? Sleeping on a different woman's couch every night. I mean, yeah, that was a great song. I know I can be what I want to be. If I
If
work
I
hard at
work
it,
hard at it,
I could be
I'll
where
be
I
where
want
I
to
want to
be.
be. Yep.
I know I can be what I want to be. What are your goals for the next 5 to 10 years? See, in my life, I'm 44 years old. 5 years ago, I was the head coach at LC Bird. I'm the head coach at LC Bird now. 10 years ago, I was the head coach at Meadowbrook. 12 years ago, my son was born. I don't really think too much about long-term goals. I just think about today. What do I got to do today? Pick up trash around the stadium. I could do that. I could pick up trash. I'm very good at that. It just takes want to. I don't even need gloves. I don't even need a handle thing, which is better because you don't have to bend over, but I'll just go pick up trash. What was that Dak Prescott thing where he threw the cup away in the trash can? Have you ever seen that?
No, is
It
he
was
not
like he
supposed to do
threw the
that?
cup and it didn't go in the trash can. He was on the sidelines on a Sunday, pro football, NFL, biggest league in the world. Um, and he went back and made sure he put that cup in the trash can. You can always tell the character of someone who does not put back their shopping cart. My
Ooh,
grandpa always said, or he didn't say anything really because he never talked, but he put back the shopping cart, didn't
He
he?
made sure you did too. I bet every single time. See, I'll tell
I
you a
only
thing that kind of reminds me of here. We have these crosswalks where you press the button, it'll light up, to not drive, and people are going to cross. And some people would just be on their phone, walking so slow, not paying attention. Just like some of these drivers, they're on their phone, not paying attention. Bad stuff can happen when that happens. I know me and especially my wife, like we really appreciate somebody that goes through that crosswalk like they're trying to get somewhere now. You know what I mean? Like we see that so much. And you hear about horrific stories where people get ran over, maybe because they're not paying attention. Maybe if they went across that crosswalk a little bit faster. Other foreign countries, when kids get off the school bus, they get off the school bus, they run to the side of the road. You know what I mean? It's not one of these where they just stop everything. No, they get off the school bus, they run to the side of the road, and then they go home. It's wild how we are sometimes, and how the kids don't even know how to cross a road. They don't even know how to look both ways sometimes. And every time I'm with the grandkids, man, I'm like, look, this is what you do. Even if it's a one way, you look both ways. People drive down the wrong side of the road sometimes.
Man,
Hey, that's a
we are
life lesson
going over
right
some life lessons. That's
there. We
why
are,
we
man.
grew up playing Froggert. Coach
Yeah, yeah.
Bald, have you ever heard of a thing called TikTok or shadow boxing?
Yes, I've heard of both.
Man, I'm telling you, you can really tell what people are good at. I got some students who they are going to be professional TikTok or shadow boxers. They are some of the best in the world. I told him, I said, dude, you need to watch a YouTube video about whatever you want to be. You need to read a book.
Yeah.
Stop practicing being a TikToker, shadow boxer. Aspire to inspire before you expire.
Damn. Oh, that's
Amber, do you know Amber?
no, yeah, that's my blood cousin right there.
There you go.
Yeah, it's like a sister to me. Thank you, darling. Thank you for blessing us with that knowledge. How are you guys doing? Just thinking about y'all this morning. Yep. But yeah, man.
So
Good stuff.
the
What do you
Golden
got
State
going
Warriors,
on? I'm sorry.
I said, the Golden State Warriors, are they back in this thing?
Yeah, well, Anthony Davis left the game after taking a hit to the side of the head.
And Shaquille O'Neal and Charles Barkley laughed, couldn't stop laughing.
Well, I'll tell you what, it was a little elbow to the side of the head. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I've played with my granddaughter and she's hit me like that, on accident, maybe on purpose. But you know what? You're not taking me out of the game. Not when it's playoffs.
Yeah.
Playoffs? Take me out of the game. Playoffs? A little headshot like that? Yeah. Those guys were built different. Barkley, Shaq. Some of these guys these days, man, what are they made out of? Butter? We need more piss and vinegar, coach.
Huh?
I think we need more people made out of some piss and vinegar. Speaking of that, I had my delicious shot of apple cider vinegar this morning just to get things going. My
How did that
green
go?
tea. It's terrible. It's like nastiest thing in the world. But you know what? You got to do things that are difficult sometimes to get to points you want to be at.
Yeah.
The health benefits are way better for me. You know what I mean? Like I love it. I love it how it makes my stomach churn. Then I drink the tea, then the coffee. Floodgates are open, ladies and gentlemen. Getting rid of all them toxins. Yep. What are you guys having the announcements going on there?
Yeah, it's over with now. I gotta go
Yeah.
give a test.
Yeah.
So the law of attraction. Look it up. Google Oprah Winfrey, The Secret. Been studying this. I knew about it, but now I'm taking a deeper dive.
Yeah, dive into that. I sent you a while back about her and the connectors. Her being a connector, the ultimate connector. Thought that
Okay.
was pretty
What does it
crucial
mean to be
stuff.
a connector?
You know what? Maybe you just connect the right people sometimes, and it's just it's meant to be. When I think of that, I think of my brother Howard Bronson and Yana. We had never met Yana before, but we took that chance. Went to that pool. She was working as the lifeguard, and Howard was just being Howard and funny and acting like he's drowning. And she goes over there. I mean, arms crossed. You know, thick
Did she give a
accent.
mouth to mouth?
No, no. Oh, she gave him mouth to ear, as in, get your butt out of the pool. Stop playing. This ain't no joke. And Howard just, oh, acting like he's drowning in the water. It's the funniest thing in the world. But yeah, man, that ended up being his soulmate, and they would have never met had we probably not gone to that pool. You know what I mean? It's just
Man,
a
that's crazy.
chance encounter. And man, I feel like we were connectors because had we not gone there and said, "Hey, man, let's just go to your pool," it's hot.
People say money can't buy love. I'd like to try. All right. If you want to do a reality show, if there's any people like they're made of money and that's all they're made of, do they not have a soul?
Yeah,
Some people say money can't buy love. Well, I would like to try
that's a
because
good
I
problem
never
to have,
had
I
it.
would
Let's see how it goes. Let's do an experiment.
think.
Okay. How about this? Trading Places. What a great movie.
Yeah.
Let's do that experiment in real life. I think it would be better. I like documentaries better than movies. Let's redo Trading Places, but let's do it with someone's real life. Mortimer. What were their names? Mortimer. We're back in business. Remember when Coming to America?
Oh
We're
yeah.
back in business.
Oh, what a classic.
Who
What a
was
classic.
offended by that movie? Man, Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah.
Woo!
Good
Jamie
times.
Lee Curtis.
Good times.
Man, she was a superstar
Yeah. Oh
for
yeah.
multiple reasons. That's what happens when Tony Curtis is your dad. And I don't know who her mom was. Cleopatra. Started watching Cleopatra documentary on Netflix. They don't know who her mom was. Yeah. Did you know that Coach Neal state tests? I got the #1 history teacher in America, the highest SOL scores in Virginia, 100% pass rate for the last 15 years.
Wow. That's impressive. That's impressive
Yes.
stat there, coach.
Yeah. Shaq and Barkley. Shaq and Barkley were laughing at a head and neck injury. I'm offended by that. All right. Anthony Davis is a competitor. And yes, he does get injured every 2 minutes. I haven't seen it. All right, I'm gonna pass the mic to Coach Neal. Coach Neal can give you the updates on turkey season, and I got to go get my tickets for my test. So, introducing to Totem Pole Nation. He hasn't been on here in a long time. He is the head of Totem Pole Nation Outdoors, which consists of fishing, hunting, killing turkeys. He likes cold beer and hot women. His name is Disrespectful Coach Disrespectful Energy. Take over, Coach Disrespectful Energy with Coach Paul.
What's up, Totem Pole Nation?
Oh, what's going on, my man? How we doing?
Hey, trying to get like you, tall and handsome, man.
Oh, I heard that, man. Just a lot of stretching. A lot of stretching.
I got to do some stretching, man. Good God, I was sore yesterday putting this work in. I got to be ready to come visit you in Florida, Coach Bald.
Yeah, man, absolutely. Nothing but air and opportunity. The weather is perfect now. I tell you, it does. Come summertime, you're gonna leave the hot to come to the hotter. Yeah, it's pretty brutal. I'll tell you how it is here already. I like to do workouts and do different stuff. But what I've started to do is, I don't own a sauna, but I do own a black car. And so I get inside of that black car for 20 minutes and I get out. And I mean, I'm just dripping. Like I won't even walk in the house. I'm dripping so bad with sweat. It's just you got your own sauna when you're here. You know what I mean? And the wife is always like, man, what if you fall asleep in the car? What if you pass out in the car? What are you going to do? And I'm just like, probably not going to do that. I think your limits sometimes, right, Coach? You got to know when you're feeling that bad, right?
Yeah, you should know that. Yeah, that would not be a good combination. I would probably only make it like 10 minutes. All the beer I drink, I probably would pass out quick. Man, that's
right.
crazy. But is it true, Coach, that the further south you go, the hotter the women get?
Absolutely, man. And hey, like what Coach was saying earlier, he was talking to Coach out on the West Coast. I believe the West Coast is the best coast, man. It's nice here in that Tampa, St. Pete, Ybor City area. For the single fellas, it'd definitely be that St. Pete, Treasure Island area. Yeah, man. Caddies is a place that we go to quite often. And when they had the first movie, the Magic Mike movie, they did a little filming from there. They're all on the picnic table at a beach, and that's exactly where they would film it from. So that's where I would send you first. I'd probably send you over to Caddies. That's a spot where you're right on the beach. And there's a lot of beautiful single ladies right down your alley. They do live music there too. It's a pretty popular spot. So Caddies on the beach there, Treasure Island, St. Pete Beach. Boom.
Hell yeah, I'm down for live music and cold beverages anytime. I'm down for that. I think the furthest south Coach Disrespectful Energy's ever made. I think I went to Jacksonville one time. I caught the Jaguars game, I think.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, man, we've been as far as Key West, and that was definitely a different atmosphere, party atmosphere. Not the most beautiful, all around there. To me, it seemed like a little older, a little more senior crowd and everything, and just that place is so expensive. Key West is, man. It's a beautiful place, but so expensive. I'll tell you what, you'd be better off coming to Treasure Island, going to CJ's every night, doing some karaoke over there, man. You'd have a great time with that. They actually do live band karaoke at the CJ's right there in Treasure Island. They do it every Wednesday, man. And if you can do a tune, trust me. When you have the backing of a live band, holy cow, man, you truly feel like the rock star that you are, my brother.
Hey, man, 6 drinks in, I'm liable to do anything, Coach.
Yeah, what would be
what's that?
What would be a go-to? Do you have a go-to song or two, or what's your repertoire?
I thought you were asking me what was my go-to drink. Anything cold and free, and it don't necessarily got to be cold as long as it's free. Go-to song. Depends on the crowd. On the crowd. Yeah. Hank Williams will get it sometimes.
Nice.
Whiskey on Ice is a good one. Or I'm gonna go hunting tonight. That's a good because that a lot of times you can like shoot at the older women. Because he's got a lyric where he's like something about he came in there to get a full-grown woman, not a little girl. And that I pick out the oldest woman in the bar.
Yeah.
And that's the one I go get right there. Blind, cripple, or crazy, I'll take them. I don't care. And I prefer them between 35 and 50. That's my range right there. Because odds are I found that like they know what they want, and you're not wasting a bunch of time. Like you're not checking the boxes. Okay, we're not trying to be husband material because I'm not. I'm not a long-term like flight. Like, I can get you from here to Charlotte, but if you're trying to go across the world, I'm not the final destination. But for the single ladies out there, if you are looking for your forever guy, date me for a little while, and I guarantee you'll find him next. Promise.
Yeah, man, that reminds me of the great nature boy Ric Flair would say about Space Mountain. It's the oldest ride in the park, but it's still got the longest line. Woo! Woo!
Man, I have to crank up the helicopter soon, man. I haven't flown anywhere in a while.
Heck yeah, brother.
Well, take that back. I mean, I have experimented. I've kind of cruised here lately. The nationality thing's been my game. I've been stepping out the box, but I'm looking forward to Florida. Though I'm gonna have to book a ticket. Me and that guy that we used to coach with us is cross town. Him and I are going to have to go to Florida, coach.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, I can't make it to Key West. Coach Bald says expensive. Man, we ain't exactly tied around here.
It is, man. You don't want to, spend a car payment at a place just to have a few drinks and have a couple good memories. I'll tell you what, too, man. If you good on, you want to look, it's PIE. That's Pinellas, like Pinellas County, PIE. What is it called? There's an airline that flies directly right out of Richmond, right to the Saint Pete, Clearwater, Pinellas County, and I want to say Allegiant Airlines. Dude, a direct flight, and sometimes you can get them under $100. Most of the time, under $100. Yeah, definitely worth the value, man, for sure.
I'm gonna have to check that out, man. What else is going on Totem Pole Nation this morning? What's Jim Tim up to today?
Yeah, I don't know, man. He's always, I think he's got his workout thing going on where he's trying to get people. Yeah, but yeah, what's going on with the wildlife? Any new wildlife breaking news? I had some huge tarpon just swimming around the dock last night, my brother.
Dang, I went out to the lake last night, probably caught like 10 pounds bass on like 4 fish. It wasn't a bad night. The black buzz bait was working. The turkey season's about to wrap up here in Virginia. I know you guys in Florida, the season's pretty early. I am stoked, though. Next year, I will be down there in South Florida for oscillated turkey hunt. So I'm pretty excited about that. And for the viewers who don't know, like the oscillated turkey, that's a subspecies of like North American wild turkeys that's only found in South Florida.
Wow.
So, and like they're different because like I have to get Coach to pull a picture later, but they got like more vibrant, bright colors or whatever. And so I should be down there next like mid-March to open up my turkey season. Yep. And then I'm trying to travel out to Oklahoma for a different type, and then eventually Colorado for the fourth and final. Because there's four subspecies of birds: the oscillated bird in Florida, the eastern we have here in Virginia along the East Coast, the rhea, which is found in central like North America, and then the Marion bird, which is found like out west. And so it's on my bucket list to collect the Grand Slam.
Right, yeah, man. Just save a couple days in March and make sure you make it over here to the Coquina Key Resort, because March in Florida is one of the best times in the world. We'll go over to Treasure Island. We'll watch some of the March Madness over there. And I mean, you'll walk into places and you'll have people from every single team in there representing, and everybody trying to get their tan on, trying to get their beach vibes going, because most of the time when you go back home, it's going to be a little bit more chilly when you get back there, and it's always a good way just to kind of, hit the reset button. A good vacation always kind of helps you hit the reset button and be able to go back and dominate when you get back to work and whatnot.
Oh, heck yeah. Got to reset, get your mind right. Well, I'm going to give it back to Coach here. What you done for the day, man? Tell me. Send us out. All right. Well, Coach Bald, send us out of here, buddy. Good talking to you, and I'll see you soon.
Got it, man. Great talking to you as well. I'll give a big shout out to our sponsors, Cultivate Wellness. Check them out. Check out the website. We've got all kind of good products for you. Give us a shout, and as well as St. Pete Rejuvenate. We got a lot of things going on there. If you need help with weight loss or depression or PTSD, get in contact with us, text us, check the email. But besides that, Totem Pole Nation, guys, thank you very much for checking us out. I think we just hit over 1 million views. So God bless you guys. Have a great evening, and to the next episode.